welcome back to the sidebar.
Yes. Welcome, Ashima. How are you today?
I'm good, thank you. How are you both doing?
Doing great. We'd love to hear a little bit about you before we ask you a few questions.
Sure. So my name is Ashima Sukhdev. I work with Seattle Public Utilities, which is the department within the city of Seattle that manages waste and water for the city. I'm our climate and circular economy policy advisor, so I get the very fun job of working on all sorts of circular economy related initiatives for the city of Seattle.
Wow.
And my previous background is working with the Ellen MacArthur Foundation as well on leading our work on cities.
Great. You and Kenny have that in common.
Exactly.
Representing the foundation here.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. And what is the role of the city in Seattle in accelerating the circular economy? What are some of the major initiatives that are going on?
Yeah, I feel like there's so much that city governments and local governments generally can do. In terms of the city of Seattle itself, we're known as kind of a green city. We've been leading when it comes to solid waste management for decades now. And we're now really focusing our efforts on moving upstream and thinking about waste prevention as a city. Mm-hmm. What city governments can do, I think, first and foremost, is to set strategy and direction and share a vision for where the city should be going. So we at the City of Seattle certainly do that in Seattle Public Utilities Strategic Business Plan. There's mentions of the circular economy and this idea of being a one water, zero waste, community-centered city. So we're setting strategic direction there. We also run a lot of pilot programs and initiatives ourselves. So we have efforts around reusable packaging, an initiative called Reuse Seattle, where we're supporting local businesses, restaurants, cafes, bars to move from single-use food and beverage containers to reusable food and beverage containers. We're also doing a lot on food waste prevention and supporting policies at the state level. We're supporting local businesses through accelerator programs. And so there's really a lot going on in the city and a lot that local governments can be doing to support the circular economy transition.
It sounds like you're working with a lot of small businesses
Yeah.
as a part of that.
Absolutely.
Can you share a little bit more specifically around when you say support?
Yeah.
What does that mean in kind of real terms for maybe an entrepreneur or a business owner?
Very practically, it's often financial support. So in our Reuse Seattle initiative, for example, we've just set up an incentive program, a rebate program, where as a cafe, if you want to move from single-use cups to durable cups for in-cafe dining, you can get a $500 rebate from the city to just buy the reusables for your cafe. We also support broader business accelerator programs. We work with the state and county on a Next Cycle Washington program where we basically are providing grant funding to businesses, local businesses that are moving towards a circular economy. And then we also do a lot of community building for local businesses. Events like this one are fantastic, where we've been able to give access to local entrepreneurs to meet each other, to meet with the city, to meet these amazing corporations that are in town. So those are some of the roles that we play working with local business.
Wow, it's inspiring.
It's fun.
That's wonderful. And I see that you have like a special, spotlight on food waste and reuse. You mentioned like these reuse containers. What does that look like in action?
Yeah. So if you think about a cafe or even like a concert venue that you might go to, right now a lot of the cups you use, sure, the to-go cups are either compostable or recyclable in the city of Seattle. That's a requirement. But at the end of the day, those are still single-use cups. So we want reuse wins on every environmental metric. We want our businesses to be using reusable cups. So they're usually made from a more durable material, either like a stainless steel or a sort of polypropylene plastic cup. And those cups can be washed hundreds of times, and there's sort of all sorts of reuse infrastructure that is created around washing those cups, getting them back to the cafes and the venues. So it's been really fun to see that spread across the city. There's great examples of it going on here, and customers love it. I think the residents love it. It's just a really tangible experience for them when it comes to reuse.
Great. Thank you so much, Ashima. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you for representing the city of Seattle, and we hope that you enjoy your circularity experience.
Yeah, it's great to have you all here. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Happy to be
Appreciate it.
here.